and also Mr. Liang, the Deputy Director of Hubei CDC. And first, I give the floor to Mr. Liang for the updated numbers. As of midnight of April 12th, 2020, the total number of confirmed COVID-19 cases in Hubei Province was 67,803, including 50,008 in Wuhan, 17,795 for the rest cities in Hubei. As of yesterday, the new case of confirmed infections in Hubei was 0. No imported case was reported in Hubei. The cities outside of Wuhan have maintained no new cases reported for 39 consecutive days. As of April 12, 2020, there still remained 244 patients in hospital, including 38 in severe condition and 37 in critical condition. As of yesterday, the total fatal cases stood at 3,221. And the number for yesterday is 2 new deaths from Wuhan. As of April 12th, the cumulative discharge patients reached 64,338. And yesterday, the newly discharged number was 57, all in Wuhan. As of midnight of April 12th, the newly increased asymptomatic cases were 17, none of which developed to the confirmed case yesterday. 43 asymptomatic patients have been discharged from quarantine, and 621 are still under medical observation. Thank you. Now I give the floor to Mr. Hu Lishen regarding the taxation favorable policies to support enterprises resuming their work. Friends from the media, good afternoon. In accordance with the arrangement of the provincial government of Hubei as well as the National Taxation Authority, our department has attached great importance in providing service to the enterprises in order to give them strong support for resumption of work and production, and also to further implement the taxation favorable policies in order to reduce the burden on the enterprises. Regarding our work, we have done the following. First, regarding the strong measures in taxation cut. So far, we have introduced 4 batches of favorable policies regarding taxation cut. And regarding Hubei Province, we have also introduced 30 measures, 17 measures regarding taxation policies, as well as 18 policies to support the resumption of work for SMEs. Regarding the 42 taxation policies and 60 questions Q&A, we have issued these informations online, and as well as the giving out the brochures. And we also have provided the one-on-one training session with help of hotline 12306, as well as the tax application apps to deliver the relevant policies to our taxpayers in order to them to enjoy the benefits delivered by all these policies. According to our numbers, as of the end of Q1, the VAT resumption for the anti-epidemic manufacturers was 332 billion yuan. The VAT for the transportation players is around 500 billion yuan. The new equipment bought for the anti-epidemic manufacturing, the tax reached 500 billion yuan, and the taxation exemption for donations were totaled to 8.6 million. And for the individual taxation exemption, based on their bonus, also reached the 3 million RMB. So far, we have reduced the burden for our enterprises around 12.1 billion RMB, and around 1,200 enterprises received 3.4 billion RMB loans. And from March to May, we also have the policies to exempt the taxations paid by SMEs. As well for the individual business owners. Second, we also provide the contactless service. So we would like to get our services to conduct online. So first, we bring more the affairs available online, our official web page or apps, make sure our taxpayers can pay the fees or to deal with their affairs online as much as possible, so they do not need to go outside to finish all the works. Right now we have 229 items available online, 24 more than the items required by the National Taxation Authority. We have seen right now we have around 99.4% of the affairs finished online. And regarding the taxation application in February and March, that extended to April 15th. For the enterprises right now encountering some difficulties, and they also can enjoy a longer deferred payment period. And third, for the taxpayers, if they cannot provide enough information because of the COVID-19 outbreak, then the taxation authorities allowed them to proceed to the next step of the application and then to submit all the information later on. And for the receipt, and we have delivered freely or to post all these invoice to the taxpayers. And fifth, 48 tariff reduction or the exemption is also the paper-free service and all available online. So we also shortened the time period required to 4 days compared to 8 days nationally. And so far we have dealt with 3.1 billion RMB taxation exemption regarding the export returns. And we also rely on the big data technology, so from different angles. And we get more the clear information and accurate information about the enterprise's resumption. And we also, to facilitate the matching collaboration along the industrial chain as well as supply chain regarding the work, the Wuhan Taxation Authority and Guangzhou Taxation Authority, we have established the cooperative platform. So you can see the cooperation also happened in the banking sector, the financial institutes, government, as well as enterprises. So that helped the enterprises to find the capitals. And right now we've found the 433 enterprises and 2.3 billion invoice issued. $777 enterprises right now all back to work. Based on the number from January to March regarding the invoice issued, we made our analysis regarding the current resumption of work and production, and also provide that as a reference for the decision-making group. And we also have established the linkage system regarding the supply and demand side. Along with the Financial Institute and the Provincial Development and Reform Commission, the Department of Finance, Department of Commerce, we also work out a set of policies to facilitate the enterprises back to work. For the affairs that have to deal with in the taxation hall, then we also will let them book the appointment ahead of time and also stagger their appointment. And second, we would also like the party members to play a key role. We have 26,000 party members working on the front line in the community level or the villages regarding the mass prevention and control work. And second, I would like to invite Mr. Wu to introduce the taxation policies issued by the National Taxation Authority. Friends from the media, since the outbreak of the coronavirus, 4 batches of 21 items of taxation policies have been issued. And regarding Hubei Province, we have also released the set of policies regarding donations, the resumption of work and production, taxation cut, fee cut. I would like to introduce in the following areas. First, regarding the support to the anti-epidemic manufacturers. For the medics, as well as people working on the front line, they are entitled to receive the bonus, and all these bonus are exempted from taxation. That's the national policies. Regarding the provincial policies, that will take the national ones as benchmark. And the second, regarding the medicines or the medical supplies given out by the enterprises are exempt from individual taxation. And second, regarding the 5 items of taxation policies of medical supplies. So for the enterprises, if they buy new equipment for enlarging their productivities, all these items can be exempt from the taxations. And they also can get a refund of the incremental VAT amount. For the revenues earned based on the epidemic prevention control materials are all exempt from taxations. And regarding the services provided to the residents, the income earned by delivering the daily necessities to residents are all exempt from taxation, as well as VAT and all donations regarding the epidemic prevention and control or the imported materials for this purpose, all exempt from the imported taxation. For donations, including materials and capitals, are allowed to taken out when calculating the enterprise or the corporate income. And for donations, is also entitled to exempt from the taxation. SMEs and individual owners, if they gave these donations to the designated hospital directly or to the government, and is all exempt from the consumption taxation, VAT, the education or the surcharged, the local education taxation, as well as the urban maintenance taxation. For the imported material supplies and or waived from the consumption taxation, VAT taxation, as well as imported taxation. Fourth, regarding the 5 items of policies in the resumption of work, for the enterprises and the individuals that suffering from the COVID-19, they also can bring their losses to the 3 more years, which is from the 5 years to 8 years. And we talk about the 3% VAT charges for SMEs will also be exempted. And for the medical insurance, they'll be exempted. That's mentioned about the part paid by the enterprises. So the time period will be to the end of June. And for the part provided by the enterprises, they also can be held, and for the time period will be 5 months. Regarding 1,840 items of exports, the tax returns increased to 13%, and the 380 products, the tax return increased to 9%. So 380 export-oriented enterprises in Hubei Province will be benefited. We have issued 13 measures, 13 taxation policies, as well as 18 measures to support SMEs. So all these related to 4 areas of taxation policies. For the SMEs, individual owners, regarding their losses caused by the COVID-19 outbreak, and they should apply their situation to the local authorities and will decide the exemption range. For taxpayers, if they have difficulties to pay the land usage taxation or the urban maintenance taxation because of COVID-19 outbreak, it also can be exempt or reduce the amount of tax paid. For the shopping malls, industrial park, the office buildings, if the building owners have difficulties to pay the taxations, it's also allowed to reduce or cut some of the tax payment. It's China Daily. On April 7th, China, the Taxation Authority, as well as the CBRSA, has issued the announcement to further support the SMEs. because right now SMEs actually has urgent need in the getting loans. So saying that we should give the more financing support to all these SMEs to overcome difficult part of the time period. So we would like to know more about the policies or the measures are going to be taken in Hubei Province. Thank you for your questions. Because of the coronavirus, many enterprises, especially SMEs, are suffering a lot, especially quite hard to get loans. So we talk about the linkage system among the banking, the insurance companies, and the enterprises. Basically, we would like to do everything we can to help them to have the access to the finance. And right now we also have ABMDC 5 levels. So the announcement you mentioned, issued on April 7th, the purpose actually is to expand the scope of SMEs. Actually, before we only provide the loan service to the enterprises, they categorize in level A and B, and right now it's extended to level M. Therefore, 32,000 enterprises in level M in Hubei, majority of them SMEs, actually can benefit from the loans. And we also have special policies only designated for Hubei because we are the hard-hit region. So for the banking institute can also give loans to the enterprises in category level C. So we're not only giving the loans to enterprises, we also give it to the entitled individual owners. So the Hubei Taxation Authority will earnestly implement the announcement made by the National Taxation Authority as well as CBRC, with top priority to the anti-epidemic manufacturers, SMEs, and we also have the policies to extend their payment period as well as the reduce or deduct their taxations. Right now we have 7,800 enterprises received the loans totaling 3.4 billion RMB. And we have seen a good progress in accessing loans for SMEs. Thank you. With paper, we talk about the medics as well as the frontline response people actually have made a great contribution in fighting against COVID-19. What kind of the taxation policies we have to all these heroes? First of all, let's pay our salute to all the angel in white. For the medical workers and the first line responders, we have policies to deduct their individual income tax, which means a temporary bonus and allowance actually are exempted from individual income tax. For the peoples involved in the fight, a temporary bonus and allowance will also exempt from their individual taxation payment. Given that many of these medics are still fighting on the front line, and their companies or the hospitals may also facing some difficulties. So we also have policies to reduce or deduct the taxations paid by the medics as well as their hospitals or the companies. So we have issued 20 measures, 5 regarding VAT. So based on our observations on our Q1 numbers, so the VAT policies may not produce the tangible benefits. We talk about Q1, actually, the Hubei Province in a more fighting mode, because our majority work actually is to prevent and control the virus. We talk about actually there's no economic activities. There was no tax occurred, and we also look at there are quite a low number of the taxpayers' obligation, and also extend the time period for the February 1 to the April 15th, and the time period for March extended to the April 20. But we still talk about people right now or just start getting back to work. So they also need some time to prepare their work and do the application. So that is why right now we can see a very low number of the tax application. That is why we not really see a big helping role played by the VAT taxation policies. Under this circumstance, we have more policies to further facilitate the resumption of work and production. March 27th, the State Council's executive meeting actually also mentioned that we should give specific policies to help Hubei Province. Especially, we need to provide the financing support to the enterprises in Hubei in order to guarantee a stable economic and social development in Hubei Province. So we will make a more in-depth studies in this regard and also provide our suggestions to the decision-making group. And second, because of the outbreak of coronavirus, many of our taxpayers may not really understand the available tax policies. So we will continue to deliver these policies and informations to our taxpayers. And third, we will provide more education and trainings to our taxpayers. For the general taxpayers and the large-scale enterprises, we will provide a precise training for the 1,881 taxpayers enjoying the VAT exemption. We actually established the one-on-one training session for the small scale taxpayers and SMEs. And we also have a one-button easy application system. Make sure they can enjoy these favorable policies as early as possible, as easier as possible. And we would also like the enterprises and taxpayers to enjoy the policies, and also we will do the daily checking, make sure all the issues or the problems will be dealt with on a daily basis. So regarding the specific taxation policies, would you please talk more in this regard? The care and the support given by the central government and CBC Central Committee not only reflect from the medics dispatched all over China, and also reflect from our taxation policies. As I mentioned, 5 actually regarded the VAT taxation and 1 specific for Hubei. We talk about 3% of VAT, and the prices actually will exempt from the VAT taxation. So they do not need to prepay that 3% VAT. I believe this policy will actually benefit a majority of the taxpayers in Hubei, and that will yield a greater outcomes in a short time period to go. And we also have specific policies regarding supply chain, and will also help us to create more jobs, stabilize more people on their payrolls, and you will hear more good news in this regard. Thank you all the speakers and our journalists. That does for today's presser. Thank you.